I'm the founder of the Book Direct Show, which some of you were at in London last year, which is an event for property managers to learn direct booking strategies, and also the founder of Scale Rentals event, which is in Barcelona for professional property managers in our short-term rental industry. So today I'm just going to talk about a few ways to generate more, to influence guests to book more directly in 2023. We all know that we need more direct bookings, but are we actually are we telling our guests why and the benefits of getting more direct bookings? So one thing I guess a lot of you will tell your guests is that, hey, the best price, this is the best price you're going to get. But that is not good enough, because everyone who hits your website, they're going to expect the best price. They're not going to think, they can probably get the best price elsewhere. So I want to just give you some examples of some direct booking benefits for your guests that you should be telling them on your homepage and on a specific trust page on your website. Why book with us? Here's some benefits that I tell my clients. I'm an SEO strategist with property management companies. And I implore you all, if direct booking strategies and if you want your guests to book direct, when they hit your site, make sure they are aware of some of these things as to why they should book direct. So, for example, no traveller booking fees apply on many websites still. Can you offer early check-in or late check-out? Can you give them a more flexible cancellation, priority requests, upgrades, etc., etc.? My favourite is the direct customer service they're going to get with you. If they have any issues, need to contact you straight away, they don't have to go via Airbnb or a secondary third party. They can just reach you directly. We should all be telling them this on our homepage, but also on a separate page saying why book direct with us. So number two, the trust factor. Trust is a really big issue in terms of we spend a lot of time trying to get guests to come to our websites. Then what? Do they trust us to actually book direct? We know we're trustworthy, but does our guest know? Chances are they probably don't, and they may well go back to Airbnb, booking, Verbo, etc. to book. And we all know that's really frustrating. So we want to just look at the trust factor and building that bridge of trust and getting our guests to just understand that we are a legitimate operation. So here's a couple of things that just I've identified and which I work on with my clients in terms of building that bridge of trust. So at very least, things on the left. So I'd say you must have a secure website. In this day and age, that's been essential for many years anyway, but just we need to have that HTTPS security certificate. Displaying your phone number and address, it's something that really does get across the fact that you're a very real company and a legitimate operation. Tell them that you accept secure payments and that you accept credit cards for their additional security, and go through your website and check grammar and spelling. There's nothing worse when you've got typos across your website. People will leave straight away and probably never come back. So they're the basic things that I would ask you all, if direct bookings are important, to make sure you get across on your site for that level of trust. Then we move on to building up our guest reviews and our testimonials, which I'm sure many of you do anyway, and displaying them on your website. There's some great aggregators out there like Reviews, REVYOOS. I'd recommend you all check that out. Really good way of displaying all of your reviews across multiple channels, all in the one site. Having a Trust Us page that I spoke about earlier on, telling people why they should trust you, and just spell it out in checklist format if you need. And another thing that I think we all need to be doing is having an About Us or the team page. And don't be afraid of having your pictures on your websites and a little bio about each of you, because we can't. You need to be less anonymous. You need people to understand who you are and really get some empathy with you, your company, and your team members. And then finally, it's a constant developing process. But some of the things then, as you get more evolved in your business, the high SERP organic ranking, that's just where you're positioning on the likes of Google and search ranking, and just trying to get higher up there, because that instills trust for guests when they see your brand. Social media presence, obviously, the more you engage with people on Facebook and LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, all of those social media platforms, people will see how you're engaging with them, and it again helps with the trust factor. Are you a verified business? There's some great tools out there to show that you are verified and that you're real. iPrac is one, Superhog is another, really great tools out there. And if you've got local accreditations, like ASSC and Chamber of Commerce, etc., just to show that you're a member of those, and just to help your guest understand that you are legitimate. Does anybody know what the billboard effect is? Essentially, this is something. It's something that guests are becoming a lot more discerning about, and becoming a lot more savvy. When they go onto your Airbnb listing, for example, I know Airbnb gets a tough time of it, but I'm just going to use them as an example. If you have your bio, your company name, what guests are doing a lot more regularly now is actually checking that brand name on search engines like Google to see if they can get a better deal, or just understand something a bit more about you, your brand, or even other listing and properties that you might have. So they go off that platform and then go to search for you on search engines. So are you there for them when they do that search? So these are a couple of ways you can get in front of them. By obviously your website. If your website has some decent SEO to start off with your brand name, it's right up at the top if they've searched for your business name. That's essential. But Google Ads, Google My Business, or Google Business Profile, two really good ways of getting instantly there in front of them. Google Business Profile, rather, is a free tool. Anyone can ask me about it, but do check that out. And then your social media platforms as well. And check your reviews as well. Reputation management is just so important. And make sure those particular 4 in the corners, so Google, Trustpilot, Facebook, and TripAdvisor, that you're collecting reviews and most importantly responding to them as well, and making sure that your guests are seeing how you engage with those reviews. Does anybody look at video reviews? Ask their guests for video reviews? No? Okay, well this is a tactic that I would ask you all just to look at, because engagement of video reviews are so much more effective than normal text reviews. So I've got one here. I did a talk in Valencia a couple of months ago, and a lady wrote back to me a week or two later saying, we did this, and instantly they've noticed a difference in engagement and bookings off the back of the one particular property. So I think this is going to play. So this is what she sent me, something that they did a couple of days after.
Hi there, my name's Jeremy. I've been staying at the Atlantia Apartments on the Poniente Beach for about 5 weeks now. 50 metres from the sea there, 100 metres from the town. 2 young ladies on reception there, me and her now, very, very helpful. Whether you want to buy a cheap loaf of bread or find the best place up the square there on a night out, very, very helpful. And you've got fridge freezers, cookers there, the whole lot. And I'm definitely going to recommend it to friends, and I shall definitely be returning. Cheers.
So they have this on their homepage, they have this on the particular property listing page. Think how that resonates with someone who's found that webpage, as opposed to just a simple block of text. Something that really engages your website visitor more. It keeps them on the page for longer, that dwell time, which is great for your SEO. And just something that I think everybody should be looking at for the future and in 2023. So just a couple of points on that. Traditional text reviews versus these user-generated reviews. Why should we do them? Much higher engagement than the text reviews. Who should we ask for them? Repeat guests are by far the most likely to do it and to offer favourable feedback, which makes sense. When, get them to do it during the stay, like the one we just saw. You could see the person doing it within the property, and it helps your prospective guest to be able to see themselves in that property. Again, we're inside one of your properties. Can you offer them an incentive to do this? Now, obviously, this is entirely up to you, but whether that's a financial one or gift cards, complimentary items, late checkouts, etc., we all have something that we can offer as an incentive to ask one of our repeat guests to a video testimonial for us. And it can be really easy for them to send it to you as well. WhatsApp makes things so simple, but you can use WeTransfer as well. And where should you place it? I mentioned this before, on the website homepage or on your individual property pages and also on your review pages. A lot of you, you may not even know, but the travelers who find your brand, they're probably checking your brand plus reviews. So again, just make sure you are aware of that and have your own page dedicated to reviews, because that's really easy to rank that high and higher than some of those other platforms that can sometimes be a lead for negative reviews. And the result, and I've seen this, it can be up to 25% more in direct bookings. So just check it out and see if it's something that's realistic for you, your repeat guests, and for what you do on your website. And the last thing I'd say is just have a think about inclusivity. You probably all consider yourself to have a very inclusive nature and business, but are you telling your guests this? Chances are you're probably not. Something that is becoming a little bit more prevalent, especially in the US, is having a mission statement or a page dedicated to inclusivity on your site. I myself have suffered from prejudice when trying to book properties, and this was in the day when Airbnb showed a picture of your prospective guests. Now, you might think that's shocking, but it's still prevalent in this day and age. Could be your name or anything. So make sure anyone who hits your website can see very visibly that you're welcoming and embracing of anyone, regardless of who they are. And here are some demographics of society who could benefit from a mission statement or a message on your website. And check out booking.com. They did a great survey recently on the LGBTQ community. Again, I'll have this on the slides anyway. And so there's a few ideas about how to drive a few more direct bookings and influence your website visitor to actually book direct. And thank you very much. This is a couple of shows that we're running in May next year. The Book Direct show, as I mentioned, is dedicated to direct bookings. And we've also, in the same week, got our Scale Rentals show, which is dedicated to professional property managers. And we're going to have about 3 or 4 days of amazing events in Barcelona. So please do join. Thank you. That's me.